I'll start again. That was a rupee for you. Good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure and honor to invite you to our 100th meeting of Professional Speakers Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. When I was thinking about 100th meeting, I wondered, are we going to do something special? And then I realized that the very fact that all of us are here is something special. In the COVID-19 times, perhaps this is more than what we can hope for. Many have less, but we have so much. Let's be grateful for that, and let's continue with our meeting today. I would like to acknowledge the presence of some of the experienced Toastmasters who have joined us today. Toastmaster Jolly Sharma and Toastmaster Sudhir Thakur, thank you for joining us. We're also delighted to have with us some of the want to be Toastmasters, should be Toastmasters, as our club president puts it. We have Rashi Biltri, Veera Parumal, Ashish Verma. I hope I did not mess up anyone's names. I'm really sorry if I did. Now that we have acknowledged our guests, it's time for the members to introduce themselves and let us know what they are here to do. So I'll begin this. As you can see this slide, our tagline is where eloquence meets impact. Toastmaster Aditya Gupta could not be with us today because he's handling the TLI. Toastmaster Ankush Srimali.
Hi everyone. My short-term goal in professional speakers is to be a polished speaker, and for this I have kept a smart goal of delivering 4 speeches by July 31st. I've already given one speech yesterday in another club, and today I am delivering another speech here. So I'll be completing my 50% of the goal set, and by the end of this month I hope to complete all my speeches. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Anshupriya Prasad, and my short-term goal is to improve my listening skills by 50% by the end of this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Toastmaster Anu.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. The site Toastmaster Anu Sait over here. My short-term goal at Professional Speakers is to upgrade the English speaking skills by September 30th, 2020. And I have already started reading a novel, and I've completed almost 200 pages in the past 10 days.
Thank you. Toastmaster Bhuvan could not be here. He's traveling. Toastmaster Devina.
My name is Devina Chaturvedi. My short-term goal is to become and gain a better understanding of what goes into a professional speech by delivering 3 18-minute speeches consisting of analysis of various professional speeches delivered on various different platforms. I have developed an 8-step process for the same, and I've completed 6 out of those 8 steps.
Thank you. Distinguished Toastmaster Devina. Toastmaster Honey.
Hi everyone, I'm Hani Khanduja, and I'm here at Professional Speakers to be a better speaker. And my short-term goal is that by today EOD, I'll choose a pathway curriculum, and I'll set my new short-term goal for the next 3 months. Thank you.
Thank you. Distinguished
Hello,
Toastmaster
everyone.
Mukesh.
Hello everyone, I am Mukesh Thakur, and my short-term goal as a professional speaker is to work on pronunciation as well as enunciation. I am working with my mentors, and I want to get a 9.5 score by the end of July 31st, 2020. And for this week, I have loudly read at least 70 pages and written 200, 7,000 words. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, I am Raj Mehta. My short-term goal is to improve my pronunciation voice and to upload my videos on social media. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So good evening, everyone, once again. My name is Roli. My short-term goal is to upgrade my planning skills by using the innovative planning path. I want to complete this path by November 30, 2020, and my progress so far is 34%. Distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh.
Please unmute yourself, distinguished Toastmaster.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rupinder. My short-term goal is to learn to smile naturally by September 26, 2020. And for this, I am practicing smiling deliberately for 30 minutes every day. And I will try to incorporate smiles into my speaking opportunities. My request to the general evaluator is that being the Toastmaster of the day today, I would like her to measure for how much time I was smiling. Thank you.
Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh. Toastmaster Sandeep.
Toastmasters and guests, myself Sandeep Kumar. I have kept the two goals. First one is to upgrade my coaching skills using effective coaching part, and completion time is by December 31st. Second was to improve on my grammar and pronunciation skills, which again I have targeted by 31st of December this year. This last week I practiced on pronunciation of 25 words, which I will practice or share with Raj Mehta for me as a team. Thank you. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sandeep. Distinguished Toastmaster Shivpriya Gauri.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone, especially Madam Presiding Officer. I'm Shivpriya Gauri, and my short-term goal is to complete 9 articles by December 31st, 2020. I have completed 3 articles so far, and my current progress rate is 33%. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Toastmasters.
Thank you. And that brings us to the end of this segment. Thank you so much. So all of our members are proceeding enthusiastically on their paths. And to make sure that they do even better and progress with their speeches and with their tasks, we have our meeting today. I want to talk to you about a gentleman. He was 35 and he wrote an article, a paper, also you can say. This paper was written in the Psychological Journal. It was the year 1943 when he wrote this. And he put a small triangle there in that journal. And it was surrounded by all kinds of jargon. That small triangle led to what is become a phenomena. Every management student knows it. It's called the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. He wasn't the one who actually put it into a pyramid, but he made sure that we understood his theory and we could apply it even after nearly 80 years today. It's still relevant. And to tell us about this, we have someone who is called fondly as Rupi by some people. He is Distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh. He is our club president. And I'm sure that he's going to present his own and unique perspective on this. Simply because that is what Distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh is. He is his own unique person and he does things in his own unique way. Who else can you think will be asked the question, what is your achievement in Toastmasters? And will give you the response, retain my sanity. But this is not where it ends. His sanity is definitely intact because look at the way he has wonderfully matched his educational parameters with what he does for a living. He did his MBA in HR. He did a diploma in learning and development, training and learning and development. And today he is a widely sought after training consultant. But he's also one person I believe, I count on him as a friend, and I believe that he represents self-actualization. Because again, he is the one that I know personally who has been our past world champion of public speaking semi-finalist. But he's also the only one I know who proudly proclaims that he sees a world champion in each one of us. To talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs and self-actualization, I don't believe we could have had a better person. So please help me welcome Distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, Distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh.
So I always thought that this presiding officer's role was to raise the crescendo of the meeting to another level. I should have known that our presiding officer today was Rolly, who will take it up to such a level that now I'll have to find a new high. Thank you, Rolly, for introducing me in such a wonderful, if not flattering manner. And I don't know how much of that appreciation I actually deserve, but I give you my word that I will do my best to earn it. Back to the theme of the meeting, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Most of you understand it as 5 levels. At level 1, there is the physiological need, where you are concerned about your bare essentials. Then it moves on to securing, which is the security needs, where you come to terms with your environment. And then it moves on to a social need. A lot of people call it love and belonging. I like to call it a social need, where we start amalgamating ourselves into the culture that the particular need demands. And from there, we move on to the esteem needs, ultimately reaching the peak, which is called self-actualization. I don't know how best to explain this ultimate act of self-actualization until I heard one of my favorite sports persons, Rahul Dravid, speak in Bradman's oration lecture. And he said, and this is actually for cricket lovers, so I apologize if you don't understand cricket. He said that there comes a time when you are at the peak of your performance and everything happens naturally around you. So when you go out to hit a 4, you do it so effortlessly, it is like literally you did it in a sleep. And he says that every now and then there comes a moment where you see yourself detached from what you're doing and you look at yourself from an outsider's perspective and you just realize how lucky you are to have possessed that skill. And he says that that moment comes but for a fleeting moment. And he says that when that moment comes, hold on to it. To me, that feeling of epiphany, realizing how fortunate you are, that you can show others the way, is what self-actualization is all about. In Toastmasters, we are on our path to self-actualization. I don't know where you are right now, whether you realize the physical need for being a part of Toastmasters, or you feel secure, or you feel that to becoming a Toastmaster is now a part of your social status, or now it has become a matter of esteem, or whether it is now self-actualization. What I can tell you is that there are 5 stages in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And what I can also tell you is that there are 5 remaining stages in today's meeting. In professional speakers, meetings are a little bit different from other Toastmasters club. We start with something called a professional speech. Now, in the Maslow's hierarchy of need, I would classify it at stage 4, the esteem need. Then we have the prepared speeches section. And in Maslow's hierarchy, I would classify it as somewhere along the physical part, because that is the first thing that we do when we come to Toastmasters, or that is the first thing that at least we try to get comfortable with, that is delivering prepared speeches. The security layer is taken care of by the table topics, because as you become proficient in speaking and delivering prepared speeches, you become proficient in delivering impromptu ones also. Now, to some of you, intuitively, it would be the other way around. You would say that a table topic, which is impromptu speaking, should be physical, and a prepared speech should be the security layer. I would say it is a matter of semantics. For me, speaking impromptu is more difficult than delivering a prepared speech. But then comes the esteem need, which is the power talk. The self-actualization, which is the power talk, where you are at such a level, you called on stage, you're asked to deliver an 8 to 10 minute speech like that. I'm sorry, that was the esteem need, because the self-actualization is actually the general evaluation, where we are able to look back on ourselves, just like Rahul Dravid said, and realize how lucky we are. We are lucky because we receive feedback. We are lucky because we receive constructive criticism. We are lucky because the evaluations that happen, they show us the way forward. They don't cause us to look backward and realize where we went wrong. Instead, they show us the way forward. And our general evaluator today is someone who calls herself as a grammar Nazi. She says that she can correct people's English skills in her speech. I call her a grammar Gandhi, because the way she corrects those speeches, the way she corrects that English, does not leave the person offended in any way. Our general evaluator today is Toastmaster Roli Sinha. Can we have a round of applause for her, please?
Thank you.
Our timer today is an epitome of effort. To him, making an effort comes effortlessly. And it was with effortless ease that he managed to do his advanced communicator bronze. And I would like to recognize Sandeep Kumar as a timer for today. Let's have a round of applause once again. Our R counter can do finance in his sleep, but wait, there is more. He can do anything that he sets his mind to in his sleep effortlessly and makes it look so easy. One of the biggest inspirations I've had in Toastmaster, our counter is our immediate past president, distinguished Toastmaster Mukesh Thakur. Let's have a round of applause for him. And finally, our grammarian is my first ever friend in Toastmasters. She recently completed her advanced communicator gold and is on her way to becoming a distinguished Toastmaster. And there are many things that she could do effortlessly in her sleep. But yesterday, when I tried to ask her, she started praising me. And I was like, wow, honey, you can make anyone feel better effortlessly. And today, I would request Honey to share the word of the day with us.
Thank you so much, the Toastmasters. Okay, so I hope everyone can look at my screen now. This is the word of the day, unflappable. It's an adjective and it simply means not easily. Okay, my screen sharing has been closed suddenly. Just give me a second again. I'm so sorry.
Honey, you could copy paste it into the chat box.
Yes, I'll do that as well. Okay, so it means not easily perturbed, excited, or upset. It is marked by extreme calm and composure. It means having or showing calmness in a crisis. And the best usage that I could find is one of the greatest skill of leadership is being unflappable. I urge all the speakers to use this word. It's a very simple word which can be easily inculcated into your conversations. And I encourage all the other people as audience members, when you hear this word, just show a thumbs up to show the appreciation. Thank you. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Mr. Toastmaster. Thank you, Honey. I wish I could, it's totally fine. I wish I could be as unflappable as most of the people are when they are on the screen. I try my best, but now it is time for the best. I am about to call on stage someone to whom I asked that what is it that you can do in your sleep? What is it that you can do effortlessly? He took the meaning of in your sleep quite literally. He said, I can dream in my sleep. I did not expect that. But I'll tell you what he can do effortlessly, where I think that this person has attained self-actualization or is on his way to self-actualization. A story that he likes to tell is that he used to stammer a lot. But today when he speaks, you will not believe that because he is on his way to self-actualization. With a huge round of applause, let us welcome distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta.
Good evening, audience.
Raj Mehta is going to talk about the importance of an audience and how an audience is the most important part of your performance on stage. So it is my honor to introduce Raj Mehta, audience, Raj Mehta.
Good evening, audience. First of all, tell me whether you are able to see my screen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Let me also tell you that we mistake the word audience with many similar looking words or meaning words. For example, listener, spectator, viewer, watcher, onlooker, and so on and so forth. Everybody thinks that he is an audience, but he or she is not. Because if you go by the definition of audience, it is the person who listens, but there is a condition. Just imagine a class of students who are listening a lecture from their teacher. Can we refer to that class as audience? No, that is only a class of students. Now imagine that you have requested a radio station to play a song. Now radio station says that they have received a request from so-and-so person, so-and-so listener, and they are going to play that particular song. And then they announce, so audience, here comes the song. Just see the difference. The request has been received by from a listener, but the song is being broadcast for the audience. So could you just imagine what is the difference between a listener and the audience? Well, the audience is a group of people who may be scattered at different locations, but they are receiving one voice, one music, or one information from one point. So that is audience. A class of students is not an audience. while a group of people or people scattered different locations and listening a song is an audience. Similarly, we should not mistake with the word watchers, the people who watch TV on TV, or the onlookers, the people who look at the uh, mountains and rivers and all that, and spectators who are at the stadium. So we have to distinguish audience. Audience is not listener, audience is not spectator, audience is not onlooker, and things like that. So at this moment, you people are audience because you are listening to me in a group, and since I am the only source of speaking here.
I request you to kindly put yourself on mute. Distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder.
Yes. Since audience is more important than the speaker or the performer, so we should know who the audience is for whom we are going to perform. So we have to do some analysis of the audience. So on what basis we can do the analysis? Analysis of audience can be done on the basis of demographics and psychographics. When we talk about demographics, it includes age of the audience, race or ethnicity of the audience, education of the audience, gender of the audience, marital status of the audience. Remember, you cannot deliver same speech for toddlers, for adolescents, for adults, or for old persons. Similarly, you cannot deliver a same speech for the people who are highly educated or the people who are less educated. Similarly, you have to take care of the ratio of male and female in your audience, and also to take care of the marital status of the members in the audience. So everything matters. Every aspect of demography matters when you are going to deliver a speech or do a performance in front of audience. I just remember a case when I had to disseminate information about one of the schemes of Government of India. It was about micro, small, and medium enterprises, and I had to go to some education institutions like New Era, GIMS, and others, and I had delivered a speech about this scheme. But when I went to a village in Bahadurgarh and I was speaking in English, the people were not able to understand because I mistook their the needs of the audience at that place. So I requested one of my colleagues, Jagdev, to explain my English talk in Hindi. And that is why we were able, or this is how we were able to explain our scheme to the people there. So we have to take care of many aspects, demographic aspects of our audience. Similarly, we have to take care, okay, this also includes the income and employment of the audience. Similarly, we have to take care of psychographs like personality, that is the characteristics and quality of a person, of a life of a person. Similarly, values, to which values they they give they give importance, and the opinion of on different matters uh, of the audience, and what is their attitude, how they look towards life, or how they look towards other matters in their life, and what is their lifestyle. Are they filthy rich, or are they mediocre, or are they open-minded? What type of lifestyle they are living, and their beliefs. My dear friends, we must not interfere into their beliefs. Our interference into their beliefs may create barriers for us. So we have to analyze the audience. We have to understand their needs and their requirements, and based on that only we should make our speech. So what are the benefits of doing the audience analysis? First of all, we shall be able to prepare and deliver a relevant and useful topic and speech. And we shall keep ourselves sensitive while writing the speech or while delivering it. We will be taking care of the level of knowledge of the audience and also their attitude towards the matter which we are going to discuss. We cannot give any wrong information. If we know the audience is educated, even if the audience is not educated, we have to give accurate information of the matter which we are going to discuss. And we have to speak with sincerity. We have to take care of their emotions. And of course, if we know who our audience is and how they will receive our talk, based on that, we can give our message. And we can expect some course of action from their side. So what are the types of audience? The types of audience have been categorized on the basis of three aspects. One is behavior. On the basis of behavior, we divide the audience into friendly audience, apathetic or uninterested audience, uninformed audience, or hostile audience. When we talk about friendly audience, it means we have to impose their belief. When we talk about apathetic or uninterested audience, we have to tell them that whatever we are going to say, it is for their own benefit. That is for the benefit of the audience. And if we have the uninformed audience, we have to first educate the audience about the topic or the matter which we are going to discuss. Then only we can expect some course of action from their side. And suppose if the audience is hostile, they are making fun of you, or they are putting their views which is not as per your matter. But in spite of that, we have to respect them and their views. Now, on the basis of platform, audience has been divided into offline and online. Offline, we have already seen when we do meetings in clubs, at the venue, we have the offline audience, wherein the audience would visit your place, your shop, your office, and they would be doing the broadcasting of your speech offline. But when the audience is online, they would be visiting your website. They would be doing the broadcast online. They would become your fan, or they will become your friend on the social media. Similarly, next category on the basis of audience can be categorized is reach. So we have people to whom we are talking or we are delivering speech. For example, at this moment, you are my direct audience. But if you convey any of my messages or any part of my speech to someone else, and that person does not receive the matter or the part of the speech correctly and misunderstands any part of it, so that for that person, I'm not the responsible. In fact, you are responsible, and for me, that person is indirect audience. Now, expectations of audience. What do audience expects from a speaker? They expect to learn new things from an informational speech. They expect to be moved from an persuasive speech. They want to be inspired from an inspirational speech. And they want to be entertained from a humorous speech or stand-up comedy. And what can we expect from the audience? We expect that the audience should be non-disturbing. Means when we are talking, there should not be any interference, there should not be any unnecessary sound or voice or anything like that. They should be paying undivided attention and paying respect to the speaker or the performer. So if they have some different viewpoint, they should put up the viewpoint. They are free for that, but that should not go into argumentation. And as we have to do the eye contact, similarly we expect eye contact from the audience, because this is how we will be able to connect with each other. But there are different types of audience, and many types of audience are very disturbing. Let us talk about them now. Talker, the person who will keep on talking either on phone or with the person sitting next to him or her. The texter, these are the person who will keep on sending messages on their laptop or on their phone. The filmers, they will keep on making movies of the speaker or the audience, even if they have been promised that the video shall be provided to them, but they will not stop. They will keep on filming. Similarly, cuddlers, as soon as the light is off, they will come into action. And when you ask some question from them, either you are gone or they are gone. The munchers, these people will keep on eating something and making noise, unnecessary, disturbing people. The snugglers, the people who think that armrest on both the sides of their seat is their own, so they will not allow their neighbors to use those armrests. The unwrappers, these are people who will open a wrapper maybe of a chocolate, and then make some noise. But when people will start looking at that person, this person will eat the chocolate in such a way that there is no noise of eating, so that they can avoid giving chocolate to the neighbors. World Cup players, these are the audience who will feel or who will just say that the back of the front seat is their own and they will misuse it. The roamers, they are the people who will come late and keep on roaming for looking their seat, and by the time they find their seat, the speech is over. And the snoozer, they will start snoozing, they will start sleeping in the auditorium. By the time they are up, the speech is over, and they will say, oh, what a beautiful speech it was. Hecklers are the people who will argue with you, who will ridicule you, who will try to make you feel shameful. And panicky parkers are the people who will sit initially in the auditorium, listen to your speech or your performance, then go out because they think that they have not parked their vehicle properly. Then again come back, again go out, again come back, and they will keep on doing it. And by the time they settle down on their seat, your speech is over. So these are the different types of disturbing audience. So we have to manage those. So all these people. So how to manage them? First of all, if somebody is disturbing, involve him or her into your speech. Make him or her as an object of attention. That disturbance will go off. Similarly, give a task to one person in the audience and ask all others to observe him or her. The disturbance will go off. Make fun of yourself. Say that whatever you are speaking, it is of no use, and the people and the audience has wasted their money and time. They will really understand the importance of your talk. And create some suspense. Ask some question and tell them that you will give the answer to the question at the end of your speech. And keep repeating this question again and again. They will keep paying attention to your talk. So my dear friends, we have learned what the audience is, types of audience and disturbing audience, and how to manage the audience. Thank you very much for being the unflappable audience. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta, for telling us so much about the audience. And now it is the audience's turn to write feedback for distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta. Timer, please show me the red card once 1 minute is over. In the meantime, I would ask speaker 1 to ensure that she is able to pin the timer and that she is audible and visible. Anshupriya, could you say something? Just say hello.
Hi, Rupinder. Am I
Okay,
audible?
you are visible, you are audible and you are visible. Are you able to see the timer screen?
Yes.
Great. And the timer has shown the red cut. Our next speaker is from the press. She is from the Fourth Estate. I'm pretty sure that she is at least at the esteem level there. But I'll tell you one more thing that she is at the esteem level at. Coming up with interesting speech topics and even more interesting speeches. The last speech that I remember of hers was something about the body, mind, and soul, in which she detached all these three and then brought them together again. One of the best speeches I have ever heard. And today, I look forward to an even better speech. Toastmaster Anshupriya is today going to deliver her speech. 1 second, I've lost my video. I apologize. Okay, she is going to deliver Focus on the Positive from Presentation Mastery, and her speech objectives are: the purpose of this speech is for the member to practice being aware of their thoughts and feelings, as well as the impact of their responses on others. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share their experiences completing the project. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. Timer, please note. And the speech title, as I already said, is quite interesting. Anshupriya Prasad, abused Anshupriya Prasad.
Thank you, Rupinder. इसे किसने बुलाया? Who called her? She is not required. Send her back now. I stood there numb with fear and shame. This was my output head, who was shouting right in the middle of the newsroom. And I didn't know where to put myself. 5 minutes ago, I was bubbling over with joy. The idea of being a part of the election team had given a definite spring in my step. Let me tell you one thing. From media point of view, when election results are declared, it's a big day for us. Lots of preparations are done for the D-Day. And it was my first time. I had never covered an election before. I was all excited. But he dashed all my hopes. Within seconds, his sycophants, Chamche, approached me, and I was deported back to home. That day, I left the office with a lump in my throat and welled up emotions in my chest. This incident stuck with me for days and weeks. It shook all my confidence. Whenever I looked at the people in the newsroom, I could feel that everyone was sheepishly smirking at me. I started believing that my output head didn't trust me. That's why he never gave me any important work. I became a bundle of nerves. My hands used to shake like this. I crawled into my own shell and stopped communicating with most of my colleagues. It went on and on for some time. Then, one fine day, I decided to take the bull by the horns. I plucked up all my courage to confront him. I told him, "You never gave me any important work. You have snatched away every opportunity from me. On the election day too, you prevented me from working with the election team." But it seemed that he wasn't ready to smell the coffee. Actually, he was one of those aggressive and hot-tempered journalists who believed that raising their voice and using foul language make them superior to others. Most of us were either scared of him or hated him. But the fact was, he was the boss. And as you know, it's hard to live in Rome and to fight with Pope, isn't it? But that day, to my utter surprise, he gave a brand new climax to my tragic story. He said, "तुझे गाली नहीं दे सकता मैं. Neither I can verbally abuse you, nor I will let anybody else do this to you." Perplexed, I asked, "लेकिन गाली देनी क्यों है? Why do you have to abuse and shout? Do you know that everybody in the newsroom hates you?" "I don't care," came a prompt reply. "It serves me well." Yeah, as if people are blessed to hear those filthy words from you. "That's none of your business," he said unapologetically. "And by the way, you should have been thankful to me for giving you an off on a weekday, shouldn't you? Moreover, you do have a primetime show in your kitty. Isn't it enough?" Well, yes. Actually, yes. His words shattered all my illusions, and the tube light of my brain finally lit up. I realized that I cooked up a negative story out of a positive incident. He was actually concerned in his own strange way and was trying to save me from all the unnecessary pressure. It was me who assumed unpleasant things on his behalf and blindfolded myself with my own assumptions. This experience of mine can be best put in Charles Cooley's quote: "I am not what I think I am." मैं वो नहीं हूं जो मैं अपने बारे में सोचती हूं. I am not what you think I am. मैं वो भी नहीं हूं जो आप मेरे बारे में सोचते हैं. I am what I think you think I am. It means मैंने अपने दिमाग में दूसरों की तरफ से कुछ बातें सोच लेती हूँ और फिर वो बातें मेरे सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में इतना बैठ जाती हैं कि मैं रियल लाइफ में भी वैसे ही बन जाती हूँ. We become what we assume what the other people think of us, right? The crux of the story is, most of the time, people are not judging us. And when they are almost never judging us as harshly as we do ourselves. I was projecting my own fears and my own internalized self-judgment onto the other people. I was pinning on them what I myself was thinking. I assumed that people in my office thought that I was incompetent. And then I reached to a point when I was on the verge of becoming that. That day onwards, I decided to take the responsibility for letting go of other people's judgment. Also, I empowered myself to stop being harsh and judgmental with my own self. Both the things have to be worked upon simultaneously because they go hand in hand, isn't it? Now I would like to tell you about the 4 lessons I learned from this incident. Number 1, let go of embarrassment and fear of failure. Those days, I stopped myself from living my best life because I feared embarrassment and failure. I assumed that my colleagues were smirking at me, which wasn't true at all. When I stopped projecting my own insecurities onto the other people, I got liberated. Number 2, stop comparison. I was not counting my own blessings. Instead, I was focusing on what others were doing. God, what a foolish thing to do. For the fact, everyone's journey is different and no one's life will look the same. Therefore, we must put on our blinders and concentrate on our own growth. Number 3, increase self-esteem and self-worth. We keep hearing from people that be compassionate with others. But what about our own self? Embrace yourself. Work on your perception and life skills like better expressions, articulate communication, creative writing, fitness, professional skills, and so on. When we excel in something, it escalates our worth. Number 4, set boundaries. I have understood the fact that I don't have to necessarily socialize with everyone. I would rather focus on people who love me or make me happy. Nevertheless, if someone keeps bothering you with their opinions, it's better to cut all the ties or take professional or legal help before things go out of the hand. These are the 4 learnings which will remain with me for the rest of my life, because ultimately, this is my life and that's your life. At the end of the day, I must feel fabulous about myself, and you too must be content with your life, regardless of what everybody else think of us. And trust me, it's not tough. Joel Osteen said, people have a right to their opinion, and you have a right to ignore it. So let's be unflappable and ignore everyone and everything who or which impedes our growth, and concentrate on being the best version of ourselves. Do you agree? Yes? Thank you. Over to you, Rupinder.
I am what you think I am, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. Thank you so much for that wonderful speech, Anshupriya. Now I give the audience a chance to write feedback for Anshupriya on a one-to-one basis. Thank you. Timer, please show me the red card after 1 minute. Ankur, please confirm if you are able to see the timer screen. And just do an audio check.
Pinder, I am not able to pin the screen actually. There is no option coming as pin video.
Okay, what I'll do is that when the green card comes up, I'll type in green on the chat. It should pop up on your screen. Make sense?
I don't think it will pop up. It will just show 1 or 2.
Yeah, so.
Ankur, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can just double tap on whoever on the timer and that should pin it.
I'm on my laptop.
Yeah,
should
even
be,
then, just double click and it should pin it.
yep.
Yes, I think I have been
You
able.
can. Okay. So Ankur works for UIDAI, which is the Unique Identification Authority of India. The unit. Yes, I think I got that right. His USP is that I call him the Wonder Boy of professional speakers. So I will just read out his speech objectives. His project is connect with the audience. And the purpose of this project is for the member to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. Now, since we have a mix of familiar and unfamiliar audience, the speaker is required to speak about a topic that the audience may or may not be familiar with. And the topic that he has chosen, as I call him on stage, Ankur Shrimali, think about it. Think about it, Ankur Shrimali.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. How many of you know what is virtual reality? Okay, virtual reality is a technology in which a computer-generated simulation of a three-dimensional environment is created that can be interacted with in a seemingly real way by a person using a special electronic equipment like a headset, sensors, etc. Once you put these headsets, you are taken into a world which is full of adventure, entertainment, and amusement. You can be what you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do in this world. You can do however you want to do it. You are truly free in this simulated world. Or are you? Think about it. The virtual reality games are designed in such a way that you feel that you are in complete control of these games. You are doing what you want to do in this game. However, the reality is that you are bound by the laws and rules that govern this game defined by its gamers, game designers. There is an interesting book called The World is a Simulation by Stephen Moores, which has a great story. The protagonist, Sam, is an unemployed, depressed youth. One day, he comes across a newspaper ad, needed a game tester for a new virtual reality game. Awesome pay, not for light-hearted. Sam gets excited for playing games. He goes into that lab and is given this headset.
Ankush, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we're not able to hear you very clearly. So your words are getting wobbled. Can you maybe switch? Can you do something about the network?
Let me just reconnect.
So this is absolutely clear.
If you are speaking at this close, then it is okay.
Yeah, now it's better.
Yeah,
But
maybe you can do this.
I just stand a bit closer. Should I start
Sure.
again?
You can use headphones. That will make the voice clear.
I don't know how much time has already elapsed. Timer, can you let us know how much time has elapsed?
Out of which 40 seconds is about this technical glitch.
How much time has elapsed?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay, so maybe you can go back a minute and then restart.
Ankur, perhaps you can go back to the book bit.
Yeah.
I'll start from The World is a Simulation
Closer.
by Stephen Moores. Am I audible now?
Yeah. Just stay here.
So in this book, there is a very interesting story about the protagonist called Sam. This Sam is an uneducated, unemployed, and depressed youth. Now he comes across a newspaper advertisement which reads, looking for a game tester for a new virtual reality game. Awesome pay, not for lighthearted. Sam gets excited. Who doesn't want to get paid for playing games? He goes into that lab and he is given this headset where he enters the world called alternate life. In this world, he is taken into an astonishingly beautiful world which seems very real. He starts interacting with the characters. He starts living in this world and he starts believing that he is into another world of his own. Now, the thing with this game is that 1 year spent in this game is just 20 minutes in reality. Sam is immersed in this game where he builds his own house, he gets a new job, he meets a beautiful girl, he marries that girl, he gets rich, and so on. Sam completely forgets that he is in a game. Sam starts believing that this is actually a truth. Sam thinks that what he is doing, he is free to do, and he is living this world. Sam spends 2 days straight playing this game. He becomes a billionaire, building the mansion which he had dreamt of. But after a few days, his wife dies of cancer. Sam is devastated. Sam becomes an alcoholic. And just when Sam is about to give up, an old sage appears in front of him. Sam, this is a game that you have been playing. In order to escape this and to return to reality, you must end your life. Sam commits suicide only to be awakened and realize that he is in the reality now and he was playing a game. Sam thinks he is crazy and goes back to his old, unemployed, depressed life. After a few years, Sam, when he is trying to make his ends meet, the same old sage appears. Sam, you have been playing a game. To escape this, you must end your life and return to reality. So was Sam playing the game again, or was he in reality? Think about it. I'm sure all of you are aware of the game Mario. In this game, Mario is controlled by the player who plays this game. Mario moves, jumps, kills, or dies, all because of the result of the action made by the player. Mario might be thinking that he has a purpose in his life to save the princess. Mario might be thinking that he is getting rich by collecting all the coins. Or Mario might be thinking that he is the hero because he kills that dragon at every stage of his life. But actually, it's all because of that player who is making him do this. But imagine that Mario becomes suddenly self-aware, breaks the fourth wall, and tells the player, I'm not going to play by your rules. What will happen then? Think about it. We all humans are playing a game called life. In fact, according to simulation theory and by many renowned scientists and entrepreneurs like Elon Musk, which believe in it, life is nothing but a game of simulation. Everything is computer generated simulation and part of the game. Every reality, every emotion, every experience which you have is part of this game, just like Mario. And we are all bound by the laws and rules of the nature, just like Mario is bound by the laws and rules of the game. According to Xingzuo's philosophy, if you dream that you have woken up as a butterfly and then you wake up to realize that you are a human, Are you a human being who dreamt of being a butterfly, or are you a butterfly who dreamt of being a human? Think about it. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Wow, Ankur. I'm trying to imagine myself as a butterfly right now. And those that who know me will, yeah, exactly. They will not relate me to a butterfly, more to a dragon. But thank you for sharing that speech. May I request the audience, please take a minute and write down feedback for Ankur. Meanwhile, I will ask Devina Chaturvedi to please step up to the stage and confirm her audio video.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Devina. We can also see you. You are visible.
All right.
Thank you, Sandeep. Now, this person that I'm going to call on stage, to me, she is the epitome when it comes to self-actualization. Because let me just give you an example. I've been a vice president public relations in the past. The best poster that I will ever design would probably be the starting point for this person. Now, if you think that she is good at PR, she can surprise you with any other role, be it playing a VP education, be it being a grammarian. She has this knack of bringing a sense of creativity, and which leaves you feeling of I wish I could have done that thing. She recently joined KPMG, and she has a short-term goal that involves 3 professional speeches, which she is going to analyze later. But today, she is your table topic master, and I'm very excited to see what is the variety that she is bringing to table topics. Over to you, Devina.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day. Welcome back, everybody, to this 100th meeting of professional speakers. For your table topics today, I have combined the original table topics that happen at any Toastmasters meeting with something that we've been trying out a lot at professional speakers, which is the concept of improv. So today we're going to mix the two in the sense that the topic that you get today will not be the original topic that you have to speak on, but it will just serve as a word of inspiration that you can take anywhere that you like. You can start with that word of inspiration and then take it to anywhere, truly anywhere. You can take it to a hypothetical world, to an imaginary world, to something that happened to you, to something you wish happened to you. It's all up to you. So there are 3 rules for the game today. First, you must use the word of the day, which is unflappable.
Unflappable.
Yes. So unflappable can be used in contexts such as when you're referring to a person as cool, calm, composed. So if your mind starts to use those words, remember to switch to unflappable. Second rule, you have to speak about the topic, about the word of inspiration in a manner that you can use it as a metaphor, a simile, as an acronym if you feel like it, or you can share an experience with it. The only thing you cannot do is explain what the word means, what it is, how it works, where does it occur. That's the only rule you must really keep in mind. And rule number 3 is related to timing. Your time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. If the timer may please demonstrate how you'll be showing the card. At 1 minute mark, he'll be showing you the green card. At 1.5 minute mark, he'll be showing you the yellow card. And at the 2 minute mark, he'll be showing you the red card. Please ensure that you pin the timer before you begin speaking today for the table topics. All right, so for a first volunteer, Let me invite a member. Let's begin with distinguished Toastmaster Mukesh Thakur.
Thank you very much.
Toastmaster Mukesh, would you please pick a number between 1 and 10?
7.
7. And I hope the rules of the game are clear to you.
Yes, it is clear.
All right. Then your word of inspiration is tea or coffee. Tea or coffee, distinguished Toastmaster Mukesh Thakur.
Thank you very much to Table Topic Master Devina Chandramani, distinguished Toastmasters. So once I was in my hall and I was holding something in my hand, and I enjoy that drink all the time. Whatever time I cannot say no to that drink. What happened? That someone just came and ran into me, and the whatever was in my hand was spilled out of it, and I got angry. I realized I just got fired at the person, and I was out of my mind. Later, I thought that why I am not unflappable, why I am losing my anger. When I sat at the evening and thought about the incidents, what was happening with me? Was it what is the person that made me the thing spit out of my teeth, or was it me? Then I realized, as I have read this story somewhere, that if anything and I am holding and something is spilled, it's not because of some other or external person. It is because what is in my hand. If it is water in my hand, water will be spilled. If it is coffee, the coffee will be spilled. If it is milk or juice, juice will be spilled. So I have to take care of what is in my hand rather than I have to focus and get reacted with every circumstances that is coming around with me. And it also connects with our speaker number 1, Anshupriya, that told us that we have to focus on ourselves and do not get impacted by outside circumstances. Hence, as the Table Topics Master said, I have to make myself more unflappable and less reactive to the outside world. Thank you very much.
Very few people can stay unflappable when they're thrown a topic which is just practically one word. Congratulations, Toastmaster Mukesh, on successfully delivering your table topic. For this next topic, may I have a volunteer?
Yeah, Jolly here.
Oh, great. Toastmaster Jolly, would you pick a number between 1 and 10 other than 7?
5.
5. Great. And I hope you've understood the rules of the games as well.
Yes.
All right. So your situation is an interview. An interview, Toastmaster Jolly.
Okay. So this reminds me of the first interview where I was pointed out that I was using a quite number of filler words. And that was none other than the interviewer himself. And that, imagine what the situation will be. And I was also a bit embarrassed. It was first time in my life that I realized that I was using so much of filler words, and what these filler words are that I have been using. He just pointed out and counted them, that you have used almost so these many times, this many times. And it was way back when I was just starting off with my job after my graduation, and I was looking for my first job, in fact. Then and it was so embarrassing, even though I wanted to stay as unflappable as possible, but I could not. Definitely, the result was that I did not qualify that interview. But the learning that I had from that particular interview was that I need to work on my this filler words thing. And that was the time when I did not know anything about the Toastmasters. And but I consciously started working on that till date also. And gradually after some time, maybe few years after that incidents, I happened to attend one of the trainings, and there the trainer was a Toastmaster. And then I was very captivated by the way he had delivered the entire training. And when I asked what was the secret sauce or secret recipe of your communication skills and the way you have delivered it, then he said, I am a Toastmaster. And then I researched on internet and I found it is a very popular organization, and mostly any people or any person who is struggling with their communication skills, they definitely are, some way or other way related to the Toastmaster, and they start improving on that. That was the day I decided that definitely I too will join Toastmasters. But due to my engagements, I could not pursue that at that very moment. But definitely I made up my mind and I am today here. And it has been almost 2.5 years now. I have been actively involved with Toastmasters. Yes, today I am mindful about my filler words, and this is the magic that Toastmaster has brought in my life. Thank you. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jolly. It's interesting how you took an interview and turned it into your icebreaker. Definitely develop it further and go for it. By the authority of the timer, I've been allowed one more topic for the day. So if I have any volunteers, I can't see you. Any volunteers, you can just speak up. Okay, Toastmaster Sudhir wants to volunteer. I hope you understand the rules of the game.
Yes, I have.
All right, could you pick a number between 1 and 10 other than 5 and 7?
Okay, 2.
2. All right, so your word of inspiration is river. River, Toastmaster Sudhir.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. River is something that really excites me, at least. The unflappable water that flows through it. It keeps on its own flow. It is not least bothered about the terrain. It just knows one thing, that it has to flow and meet the ocean. During the journey, it goes through various phases. It sees the plants and animals that grow into it. They nurture them. It goes on and gives waters to the fields where agriculture is brought up, which again feeds millions of people. In fact, most of the population is dependent on the farmings, which is watered by the rivers. Still, River is unflappable about his achievements and keep moving on. Then he goes further deep, and he starts taking the various other forms in the forms of dams, where he start producing electricity. That again, it's not able to stop the unflappable river, and it goes further. And this movement goes for the industries which are producing a lot of economy and enhancing the monetary and financial matters of people and improving the life of people around it. Still, these achievements are not able to deter the unflappable river, and it's keep moving further. Down it goes with the journey, wherein it ultimately merges itself into ocean where his undeniable spirit still doesn't die. the unflappable rivers starts nurturing the creatures of the oceans, the vast ocean, the vastness of the ocean that again forms another forms, and it gives rise to another forms of uh, food cycle, that is like in the forms of seafoods. Not only this, it also gave them the passage to the, again to trades which the river herself had nurtured people during this her phases when he was industrializing. So again, that gives a path to the people to reach to the people who have been so far. And again, it took again the passage from where the food grains are distributed to people who are malnourished, which are not able to produce in those parts of the country. And then it's nurtures each and every one that comes into it way. The unflammable desire to serve the people, whoever is coming in the way, it's something that mesmerizes me. And during the entire journey, when you see it from the Himalayas beginning till the oceans when she met and emerges and mixes up, you see the beautiful twinkling waters and sparkling waters that just shows the enjoyment, the joyful nature, and the desire that the fun that the water is having of the water of river is having while nurturing the entire course in which she's passing by. And then I will be without any discrimination helping each and every one. And then it's finally merges into the oceans to give it a bigger form and helps even the earth. Over to Devina. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudhir, and all the table topic speaker. It's wonderful how topics that I thought would lead to a laughter riot have led to such inspirational, motivational, and enlightening talks. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day, to carry forward with the rest of this a wonderful 100th meeting of professional speakers.
Thank you very much, Madam Table Topic Master. Some really enlightening topics. I'd never
Over
thought
to
that.
you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day.
Am I not audible?
You are audible, Rupender.
Yes, you are, Mr. TMOD. Please continue. I have spotlighted your video.
Thank you. So, thank you, Table Topic Master, for the wonderful topics. Never thought that a river could generate so much excitement, or an interview for that matter. Moving on, I would now like to invite our Power Talk speaker. Now, my Power Talk speaker and my professional speaker have one thing in common. I asked my professional speaker, what is the one thing he can do in his sleep? He said, dream. And I asked my Power Talk speaker, what is the one thing she can do in her sleep? She said, breathe. Wonderful answers. And I felt I asked the wrong question. But I'll tell you one thing that she is very capable of doing in her sleep. That is resurrecting clubs. Probably one of the best VP educations I ever seen. And she came back this year to help Blue Quest attain the President Distinguished status. It is my pleasure to call on stage our Power Talk speaker, Shakti Priya Gauri. Shakti, can you please confirm that you are able to, your audio and video, number one, and that you are able to see the timer?
Could everyone hear me?
I can hear you. Can you see the timer?
I can see the timer, but I cannot pin the timer. I have the same issue. Double tapping doesn't work.
Okay.
But don't worry, I have the clock with me, so I'll be wary of my time.
Brilliant. So our Power Talk speaker is going to tell us on how to communicate best online. Shakti Priya Gauri. 3 non-verbal online communication tips. 3 non-verbal online communication tips. Shakti Priya Gauri. All the best.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rupinder Singh. Imagine you're standing in a crowd talking to your friends. You're talking about some topic that might be passionate for you or boring for you. You have ways of stopping somebody else and increasing your voice. Imagine you have to go and deliver a speech instead. It's a monologue. There's less of a feedback. You have the entire stage to you, but your comfort level reduces because you have all eyes on you. But at least the audience can laugh and respond and you can look at it. But when you come to the Zoom platform, it's a total game changer because not only it's a monologue, you cannot focus on the response of the audience. And if you do, you cannot look at them. We live in times in which online communication has become a crucial part of our professional world. A lot of us have meetings which are video conferencing, and we still sustain and attend meetings in Toastmasters clubs, which is wonderful, but they have to be done in an online fashion. There are so many nonverbal cues of communication that we all are aware of, I'm sure. We went through the CC5, in which it's all about body language, and we went through every single tip on how we can effectively communicate using our body. But I'm going to take it up one notch, where we will be focusing on communicating through an online forum such as Zoom. So I'm going to share 3 tips with you. The first thing, again, the obvious, is body language. Today, our speaker, Anshu Priya, I was focusing on how the minute she got the stage, the first gesture from her was a huge smile. And I guess the third speaker today as well. I'm sorry, I'm missing the name. Smile invites people to listen to you, to look at you, and it gives you a credibility. It tells people that you're happy to be there. Smile is something that on your face is very important to communicate to the audience. When I was speaking to Rupinder earlier, how many of you have got this feedback on your speeches that maybe you should stand up and deliver your speeches? Maybe you should move your camera away. Maybe you should have an eye level with the camera such that you can look into the audience more effectively. And Rupinder just replied, oh, if I stand up, I'm going to be knocking down things in my room, and that would cause a war in the house, and I don't want that to happen. Well, that's entirely true. I usually give my speeches standing up, but today I sat down to tell that we still have this upper part of the body to communicate our messages. So when it comes to body language, these hands are very, very essential to put your point forward, to emphasize on the things that are important. Now, one thing that you need to be wary of is that you don't point fingers at someone. You don't come so close to the camera, which I'm doing just to tell you that do not do that, and do not pose a negative image on the audience. It can be intimidating, it can be disturbing. So try to set up your video as close as possible. Now, since I am sitting, my desk usually goes down. Most of you are looking down. So I have a box with me, which is to set the height of my laptop. So I keep this box, and then I keep the laptop on top of it. Right now, I have a stack of books on top of which I've kept my laptop. These things are something that all of us can incorporate. Have the eye camera on the same level of your eyes, so you're not looking down or looking up. That's the main things, 2 things about body language. Make sure you have the correct setting of your laptop, and make sure you use your hands, your upper body. Second is facial expressions. Do you know that Zoom is the only platform where you don't have to go through the room to look at every single person and connect with them? All throughout the speech, I'm trying to look into the camera directly so that I connect with every one of you. I don't know how effective I'm being at that, but it is way better than looking at a speech and reading, because trust me, people get to know. When you're not looking at them, people get to know on Zoom. That's the downside of it when you're sitting so close and delivering a speech. So use your facial expressions. Use every single muscle of your face to make sure you deliver different expressions. make sure you look into the camera, make sure you have that eye contact established, which Zoom gives us in a very, very comfortable way. Use your face, smile, pause. Do you know that when people are delivering humorous speeches, you say a joke and then people laugh. You pause and give a facial expression and people laugh again. So you get 2 laughs for 1 joke, all because of your facial expressions and pause put in together. Pause is not something that's just for online communication, but it is something that we can use in conjunction with the fact that we're looking at the audience and we're making a certain expression to make sure that we get an effective response from the audience. Now, finally, the third tip that I have for today is using virtual backgrounds. Again, I'm not using them today. You could use them when you have points in a speech, such as I have today, and you can put a flashcard up. The options for changing your background opens in a new window. So all you need to do is click on the next image that you want to change it to. And that way you could have different words that you would like to speak to the audience and have it in front of you and show it to them instead of sharing in a presentation. Because as soon as you put the presentation takes away the main stage. People stop looking at you because you are a tiny thumbnail now. If you want people to look at you and still communicate something so that visual learners can take effect on it, put it as a virtual background. If you want to talk about a trip, put a photo as a virtual background. But be wary that when you put something as a virtual background, your expressions, your hand gestures are not completely completely communicated because of the network issues that all of us have. This is some glitch in Zoom, but you can use it as an element in your speech and make sure that you show what you want to with a virtual background. We cannot really effectively do that in face-to-face meetings unless we show up a presentation in which the entire focus will be on the presentation and not really on the speaker. Finally, I have a bonus tip. So in addition to body language, facial expressions, and virtual background, for me to be an unflappable speaker, I need to have my content in front of me. Maybe most of you are good at it that you can just speak from memory, but for me, I feel that I need those bonus tips in front of me. For that, instead of having a speech written in front of you, what you could do is have sticky notes like this, in which you write the 3 major points or 5 major points that you want and stick it right next to the camera. So when you look at it, perhaps people can still see that your eye contact is away from the camera, but it is not there for long. Because there have been so many times when I have a complete speech written in front of me, and when I go and try to look for one word from there, I end up reading the speech. Your brain cannot read and communicate something else altogether effectively. So all you need is few words that you think will be helpful in going for the next thought. So I would recommend everyone who's struggling with that, with recollection of speeches, to have a sticky note and put it right next to the camera, which I have right now, just for the 3 major points that I want to communicate to all of you. Yes, online communication is definitely not as effective as facial communications, but we still have so many elements and so many different elements that we can play with. The best of all that I love is the eye contact with everyone else at the same time without having to move your head all around. It means you can establish that that contact with one person at all times with everyone. So I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you can take some tips from here and utilize this for your next speech. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh.
Shakti, you will not believe this, but only day before yesterday, Devina and I were discussing the one thing that you spoke about, which is virtual backgrounds. Of course, that solution never came to our mind. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. That and that part about sticky notes, I think I am going to implement that in my next speech, because Rolly keeps on saying that I'm reading from my speeches. I'll see if she can find out if I read from my sticky notes as well. Speaking of Rolly, she's back once again, this time as a general evaluator. And you are in for a treat, because general evaluation is considered, at least I consider general evaluation to be a very difficult role, one of the most difficult roles, at par with being a grammarian. But just look at how easy she is going to make it look like. Welcome, Rolly.
Thank you. A round of applause for our unflappable Toastmaster of this meeting. I don't think that I'm going to live up to the expectations that he has set up in your mind, but I hope that you will still enjoy our evaluation segment. This is where the audience actually gets to speak, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to invite each one of the speakers you heard today, and you need to provide them tips on how to improve further and compliment on all the things that they did right. They will be picking up the evaluators or the people who will be giving them feedback themselves. Just make sure that your feedback is crisp and has a specific point which has not already been covered. If it has been, you can conveniently say pass, but because the timer will still be timing our evaluations, make sure that we make best use of it and the speakers get to hear from a number of people. So for this, I would like to now invite distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta, who was our professional speaker today. Please welcome.
Thank you, General Evaluator Rolly. I would like to give comments on my PS, especially with regard to if there was some value addition to your knowledge, and of course, points of improvement. So I'll just like to hear from Mukesh Thakur.
Thank you very much, Raj sir. So for me, it was surely a value addition to your specific point. The other good things I liked about your speech was a detailed analysis of every element related to audience. It is surely relevant to professional speakers because we have to deliver speeches into the public. So good and relevant amount of knowledge for us. Thank you very much. Some of the points that I want you to, and I will give you a detailed note afterwards. Starting with initially the first slide was blank for a long moment of time. Maybe you weren't filling it with your words, but it can be shortened. Second thing, there was an abrupt disturbance for a long time that was logistical. We can take care of it. And the most important point I want you to tell that whenever you are trying to give some information to the audience, is it possible if you create a story for your entire information and each of the aspects of the story are full with your content? In that case, people will be interesting in your speech. They will be intrigued and they will be able to learn every aspect. So more use of anecdotes will help a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mukesh. May I request Jolly?
Yeah, Raj, as I think I have just shared my feedback with you on chat, and it also states the same thing. It was really good, and I really had a great insight on the audience types and the way to manage the audience. That was really helpful. And I agree with Mukesh on, including a storyline so that it will make your entire speech more interesting. On the other hand, it was definitely, the content was very purposeful and very insightful, but that addition of anecdote or story would make it more, promising and more captivating. So, and I am really thankful to you for sharing the tips on how to manage the audience. That was really good. Thanks, Raj.
Thank you. May I request Devina?
Raj sir, I am seeing an improvement in the preparation and the structure in terms of how you're framing the speeches. I have 2 points of contention. First is that I did not learn anything new. There was not much value add for me. And the other is that I see you repeating the kind of delivery that you're doing, which comes from the fact that you're writing the same kind of content, which is not improving. So you might want to speak to whoever you consider your mentor for speeches and start working on improving the way you write so that it comes through in the delivery as well.
Okay, thank you. Ankush Shirmali.
I like the presentation and the way you presented it. One recommendation which I have for you, sir, is that let's say in that slide where you showed that importance of knowing demographics of the audience is important. In that there were some points like marital status of the audience and other points also, which if you had given an example why they are important, then it would have been easier for me to understand that aspect of demographics is important for me to know about the audience.
Thank you. Could I request Toastmaster Sudhir Thakur? Sudhir, your feedback.
So it was a wonderful speech. I love the speech. This was a very detailed one. You have covered almost all the aspects in very simple language, which was very easy to understand. That I love that. I just felt a little bit think when you started initially started comparing with listener and audience. So I got a little bit confused what exactly is going to come forward. So you did not define it, but as you processed, I was able to understand that you are talking more about audience, and initially you just differentiated. But yes, you added a little bit of humor also. That was again a contextual humor. They were not out of the way. It was like part of the speech. That was again something that really added. I like the step-by-step process that you have followed. That was amazing.
Thank you, Sudhir. As the timer is showing red card, thank you very much for all the people who have given the input. I will be working on it. Thank you. Over to the GE.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta and the entire audience members who gave their feedback so candidly. I would like to now welcome our prepared speaker one of the day. That was Toastmaster Anshupriya Prasad.
Thank you, Roli. Since the time is less, I would appreciate if you can give me recommendations so that I can improve further. So I would like to start with Devina.
Hi Anshupriya, I have too many commendations, but I'll stick to what you asked me to do. I would have stopped the speech before your 4 lessons. Okay, so till that point of time, the speech was going like this, and then the 4 lessons started, and you just lost me there. I would have ended it there with something cheeky like, you can be who you think they think you are, or you can be who you are, and just ended it right there.
Okay, thank you. Mukesh, would you like to say something?
Yeah, thank you, Anshupriya. So, as per your advice, I'm jumping directly to the recommendation, though I have so many recommendations also. The first is there were use of too much of Hindi words and sentences that can be avoided, and as per the context. So, English could have already worked. And second thing, it is taking your speech to the next notch. So as you shared that I had this incident and then you learned this thing and then you explained all the learnings. So to my understanding, if you avoided explaining the learning, it would have a much better impact on the audience. For example, just your speech reminded me one of a short movie I watched on YouTube, and that movie was called Joycey, and the message was the world we see is the reflection of what we are. So she related first part as everything is negative, and then and she realized she read it somewhere written the world we see is whatever we are, and then the realization part, everything that was negative came to be positive, and I still remember that short movie, though I have seen so many short movies. So if explaining part could be avoided and made into the anecdote, that would work wonder in your speeches.
Okay, thank you. Shakti Priya? Shakti Priya, can
Hey,
you answer me?
Anshu.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, just like Rupinder, Devena kind of took my recommendation as well. I think the story part of it was amazing. The way you had to put the emotions and everything to it. So the 4 lessons were too much for the time that you had at the end of it. So just try to maintain the continuity of your speech in general and not switch between one kind to another. That's my only recommendation.
Okay, thank you. Sudhir? Sudhir, would you like to say something?
Yeah, thank you, Anpriya. It was a wonderful speech, one of the best speeches that I have heard, I guess. The facial expressions, speech modulation, usage of word, change of thought process was amazing. Was not ready to smell the coffee, the way you use it, proverbs to explain some of the things that you use in between. It was all like, I was like mesmerized. I really love the last part, unlike others, learnings that you added. I thought whenever we are listening to a speech, that learnings gave us some value addition, what we can take it away along when we are listening to your speech. So uh, I don't know, for some reason I like that part. I really love it. I could not find something that I can recommend you, so I'm really sorry. But you were too good, too good. I
Thank you,
loved it.
Sudhir. Thank you so much. Roli, do you want to say something?
I concur with Devina and Rupinder, but I would like to say that, yeah, just respect the red card.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the only recommendation. Otherwise, I have a list of commendations.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Over to you, Roli.
Thank you so much. Thank you again, audience, for letting our speaker know that she mesmerized us, to take your word, sir, and she can improve just on what bit. Thank you so much. So now we will welcome our prepared speaker 2 of the day, Toastmaster Ankur Srimali, to take feedback from all of you.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. I am focusing specifically on improving my storytelling and vocal variety skills. So if apart from other recommendations, if you can also tell me how I can improve on these aspects, then it would be good for my future speeches. So I would begin with feedback from Mukesh, sir.
Thank you very much, Ankur. So I don't have much recommendation for you. There are lots of commendations, including the way you structured your speech, the way you repeated your message. Think about it with 3 different aspects. You also had very good facial expressions. You shared your story. You had a vocal variety, and you brought some conflict, and that challenged the thought process of the audience. Only thing that I can recommend to you as an audience, just be a bit slow, because at the last I was not able to connect all the 3 stories, and I could not hear the direct message that you are trying to give it to us. So maybe if you can be a bit slow, then it will help the audience to think what you are trying to say. And at the last, just to do a call to action or direct message.
Thank you so much. Can I have feedback from Shivpriya? Shivpriya, are you there? Okay, I'll come back to Shivpriya. Devina, can you give me your feedback?
Good. There are two recommendations and a buttload of God in my language recommendations. So, first recommendation is that you had a great opportunity when you did But Are You? And then I would have stayed there to think about it and then come back. You came back right after But Are You? So that was an opportunity I would have utilized. And the other stemming from your request for story. So there are two kinds of stories that you can tell. You can tell it as a narrator or as a character. When you do it as a character, it has a more impact. It has more impact if you're really trying to get into the story, want people to think of it as a story. When you do it as a narrator, it sometimes just feels like a series of anecdotes that you tell together. So if you're really working on storytelling, for this type of a speech, doing it as a narrator was good. But if you're really working on storytelling, you might want to become the character.
So much. Sudhir, if you have any recommendations?
Ankur, first of all, I just want to say sorry that I have not able to hear you speech properly initially. But yes, it was a mind-tingling, thought-provoking speech topic that you have taken. Then you understood the topic is very difficult and it will be difficult for everyone to grasp it initially. So you gave 3 examples to make that thought understand. I love that part. You repeatedly told this is what you have to think and then just think out of the box, which can be something that we cannot visualize. That was something really good. As far as the other things I've told, yes, as you said, the storytelling, and I have heard you for the second time, I guess, and I can definitely say that storytelling, there has been improvement in your speech, and your vehicle variety has also improved previous in comparison to the last speech. Yes, as Devina said, there are a few things that if you want to add more value, so you can also add when you are talking about think about it. You can put a stress like think about it, like maybe dramatize that actually you were trying to intend. So these 2-3 points that you can definitely add to enhance the value from where you wanted to improve. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudhir. I can take one more feedback from maybe Shakti Priya, if you have any feedback from me.
Yes, Ankur. So I have not heard your previous speeches. So in terms of storytelling and vocal variety, I guess I will stress more on the vocal variety part. I don't know if you have improved or so, but I would, if you're really looking for it, you could add more of variety in your voice by incorporating pauses as well. That is the one thing that I would aim on, because with the aspect of storytelling, I guess Devina covered it. But to say it as a character, so when you add both to, right, like when you're speaking as a character, you have more opportunities for voice modulation as well. So that's the only thing, but it was an excellent speech and I definitely am thinking about it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ankush Srimali, and all of the audience members who were so observant and keenly trying to find out some improvement points, which was tough. So, but well done, audience. Thank you so much, all the people who delivered your feedback for our speakers. We shall now move on to our supplementary evaluators who have been diligently recording every word that we have said and the time that we have taken to say it and the fumbles that have been done along the way. So for this, let me first invite our grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Hani Khanduja.
Sorry, yes. Okay, so I hope I'm audible and visible. I have tried to, so this was tough as a grammarian, not to find flaws, but to find so many good usages. But yes, I have tried my best. Okay, so the word of the day was used by almost 9 people till now. If I have missed the 10th one, I'm so sorry. Rupinder, Raj, Anshupriya, Devina, Mukesh Thakur, Jolly, Suthi, Shaktipriya, and Roli. They all use the word of the day, so I'm glad that it has been added to their conversations. Going to some good phrases that I heard in many speeches. So starting with our Toastmaster of the day, he used some phrases like crescendo to another level, find a new high, peak at your performance, fleeting moment, feeling of epiphany, constructive criticism, and grammar Gandhi. So we have a new phrase for Roli now. Toastmaster Raj Mehta, he had several good phrases binded unto this, but I was so hooked up that I could note down few of them: onlooker, spectator, and things like that, demographics and psychographics. Phrases which he used for different kind of audience were really good. The unwrapper, the World Cup player, the panicky parkers, and the hecklers. Now, Anshu Priya's speech gave me a tough time noting down all the things, and I might have missed few, but yes, these are the few that I love. Swing in my step has dashed all my hope, lump in my thought, welled up emotions in my chest, shook all my confidence, sheepishly smoking, sick of friends, bundle of nerves, take the bull by the horn, not ready to smell the coffee, hard to live in the room and fight it too. So this is one I'm a little confused about because my network was flickering. Perplexed, unapologetically speaking, shattered my illusion, blindfolded myself with my own assumptions, self-internalized self-judgment, put our blinders and excel to escalate. Going forward, we had more of good phrases that I could use, that I could note down. In Ankur's speech, alternate life, life is nothing but a simulation. Epitome of self-actualization, which was used for Devina by our Toastmaster of the day. What's inside me, captivated, not able to deter the unflappable reaver, what some phrases which were being used in the table topic session. Interview to the icebreaker and laughter riot was used by our table topic master. Intimidating and disturbing was a phrase which was very rightly contextualized for the virtual background by our power talk speaker. Two things which I very which I found to be very powerful with our speakers was Toastmaster Anshu Priya used the Hindi dialogues and then the English translation very, I would say, very gracefully. So I love that usage. And our power talk speaker was very fluent and very strong with her words. So that were the two things that I noticed in my role. Coming to certain improvement that we could have done. There was a usage when Rupinder's was phrased and as he's one as self-actualization. So this phrase wasn't clear because this doesn't mean anything particular. Matter of the speech can be replaced by content of the speech. Now, when we use audience, audience is majorly used as a collective noun and it is considered singular. So most of the time it is the context which decide that audience has to be used as a singular or a plural object. So most of the time when our speaker has used this, the right usage should have been has or does. Now today Anshu Priya is going to deliver a speech or Anshu Priya is going to today deliver a speech. I would prefer the first phrase. Start believe should be start believing or start believing. That would be the best usage. One of the speaker used that's the main thing and then these two things. So ideally I understood that we were talking about the plural two things. So there should be those are the main things. I think that would be the flip, but that's okay. These are certain areas that I noticed and some couple of examples that I have noticed. Consistency in tenses. So when we are talking about the past and we suddenly start something with will and shall, that bring in inconsistency with the tenses that we have to take care of. So in one of the speech I heard, we have to give this consideration to the audience and then we will be giving speeches sensitive to their belief. So probably that consistency in tenses was broken there. Enjoy, spill out of it, I got fired at a person and the book I read. All these phrases were actually used in the past references, especially the last one should have been read as the book I read. So those are the tenses that we have to be really considerate about, that if we are talking about in something in the past reference, we should stick to it and we should stick to past references in the verbs as well. Then the second area is consistency in pronouns. So whenever we refer to something as a non-living object or something wherein we have started with it and then we move to her or him, we are actually changing the pronoun here. So that brings in little inconsistency of pronoun, which need to be corrected in our content. There are certain pronunciation that I would like to mention, like class. Now, A is something which is A or A. That is always a fight. We have to choose it right, and it has to be A. Analysis, adolescence, and apathetic. So these were the correct pronunciations that I could find that they were little bit mispronounced. And coming to the last, which I found most relevant, is using this and that. So whenever we are using this and that as a reference pronoun. So the tip here is, which I also learned hard way, was that when I'm saying this is good, now this is a pronoun which always need a reference noun. This book is good. This weather is good. This meeting is good. Or that object is not good. So something which we have to correct on this, that this and that should always be accompanied by their reference noun to be more effective in our communication. So that's all from my side. I stop sharing my screen. That's my role of grammarian. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Honey. Thank you. We shall now move on to our R counter of the day. Distinguished Toastmaster Mukesh Thakur. He's already started sharing his screen. Let's applaud for him.
Thank you very much. I hope my timing is not already started. So as you can see my screen, this is very simple analysis. We are living in the green field and the brown field, and we mostly stay in the yellow field. So the green fields are the segment or the section in which there was no use of filler word, even if it is being arms, so, repeat, fumble, short pause, long pause, and the use of and. So good usage, if I just filter all the green cells, it is coming some sections of Rupinder Singh and Devina Chaturvedi as table topics master, then our presiding officer, Anshupriya Prasad, Ankur Srimali, and Roli Sinha. If we are talking about the areas that we had to work upon, is Roli Sinha in her presidential address. There was no use of filler words, but there was short pauses 5 times. And more, I could notice 5 times that could have been improved. Then I also found some use of filler or crutch word, some repetition of fumble by our Toastmaster of the day during the introductions or introduction of the theme. Anshupriya Prasad used repetition twice. There was no use of answer throughout the speech, otherwise the speech went smooth. I, as a tabletop speaker, I noticed it was self-actualization in terms of Rupinder Singh. I repeated the words twice and fumbled once. I am sure that I have done much more mistakes, but I could notice this only. And Jolly in her tabletop speech used so once, and there are lots of uses of and. So every time she is connecting the next sentence, she uses and. Coming to Shakti Priya, the entire speech was smooth. Only thing that I could notice is was 5 times short pauses. Hani Khandoza is using too much of R. There are no other problem. The smooth, the flow, pace, everything is fine. Only is used many times. Coming to the red zone, I have only one recommendation that is for professional speaker. So there were repeat of the sentences 5+ times, the fumbles 5+ times, long pause, and this long pause was very abrupt. Maybe this was due to the technical glitch, or it may be at my end, but it was a complete pause for 1 minute, I guess. And yes, So these are the works, these are the areas that we have to work upon. Maybe one day we will come with all the green fields over to general evaluator.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Mukesh Thakur. Very clean and comprehensive report. And now we shall move on to the person whose hands must be really tired now after holding that iPad, our timer of the day. Let's welcome Toastmaster Sandeep Kumar. Sandeep, you'll have to
Thank you.
unmute.
Yes.
Thank you.
Actually, it was a very challenging time today, and it will be a good message if I show the screen to all of the members. Just give me a time. So I think my screen visible to all.
Great.
So most of the role players, the speakers have exceeded the time today, which is actually not sign for a PS is concerned. So starting from the presiding officer, the introduction of TMOD took more than 4 minutes. It's too long. Then theme, I would say the only professional speaker, and I would say the power talk speaker. They are within the times. Even table topic section exceeded by 3 minutes, and we are running almost by 20 minutes. So I request all the members, all the role players, the speakers, no doubt it's a milestone meeting for us, but please respect the time. I will share the report on the group. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the effort and the report. Thank you. So it is time now to share my observations for the meeting. I hope that you can all see my screen. Wherever we are in the blue, we are good. And wherever we are having a different color, that's where we need to focus on. And I believe that one thing that we must all do is to respect the time, myself included. I genuinely did not realize that I had been such a horrible speaker today. And in the presiding officer section, the meeting started on time, but the acting president carried forward the tradition of starting the meeting while being muted. The room was set up properly. The club mission statement was read properly. In the display of energy and enthusiasm, there was a little bit of nervousness, which was visible. And applause was missing after announcing the names of some of the guests, which should be completely avoided. We should greet our guests with all enthusiasm and welcome them. The slides for the absent members should have been hidden from the presentation while the business segment was being conducted. And the Toastmaster of the day was properly introduced, but because the time taken was too much and there were a bit of fumbles, that is why the color is yellow. Another point where we need to focus on was by the time the table topics began, we were already 7 minutes late. And by the time the power talk began, we were 11 minutes late. One of the things that the table topics master could have done while the section was extremely innovative, that the explanation for the section could have been crisper, and maybe some slides could have been used to make sure that the session rules are comfortably understood. And the Power Talk speaker, I was very, very happy, and I was very glad because I got a personal takeaway that virtual backgrounds can help better than the presentations. During the table topic speeches, I have given everyone a 3 because they were very good with their speeches in terms of opening body, conclusion, structure, the language that was used, the purpose was very well followed, and they did a fairly phenomenal job actually. The Power Talk speaker, I would like to come back to her on account of time. Very rarely do people say that I have my own clock and I will be wary of time. That was absolutely superb. The topic was, of course, related to communication. It will help all of us. And I think she said that she would take it up a notch. She definitely took it up a notch. She said that she has one bonus tip. She had many bonus tips. And the report for the grammarian could have been shortened. Maybe the details can be shared offline. The rest of the time, the timer cards and the hour counter, they were excellent. They really tried to solve the problem of the time. The hour counter was in fact ready with the report and shared it immediately without wasting any time. The fantastic initiative there. And the timer, I would request you to use virtual background next time. With that, I end my report, and I would like to hand over the stage to our president, distinguished Toastmaster, Rupinder Singh. Thank you. It's time to unmute.
Yes, got it. Thank you so very much, Rolly. And thank you so very much for everyone. Guests, please stay back. We would love your feedback. But before that, anyone has anything to add to when the short-term goals were shared? So does anyone have anything to contribute to or ask for help? Yes, Mukesh.
So I would like to take this opportunity to talk to all the members present about our setting up of our goals, short-term goals for the next level. So we should be ready with our new goals by this Sunday. But before next week, we should be ready. So Ronnie and I are going to talk to all the members for their short-term goals determination. But before that, can I have a concurrence from all the members that they will be ready with their own draft goals? Thank you very much. Sir, you have already shared. Devina, you have already shared. Ravinder, you have already shared. Shipriya have shared. Sandeep, Ankur, Anshupriya, you have already shared. Roli have shared. Anu, I need your first draft. So that's all from my side. Anything else you can continue?
Okay. I have one for Honey. Honey, where are you? Oh, there you are. Honey, if you need any help with selecting your path, let me know. I'll be happy to set up a Zoom session and walk you through the steps. So if you need any help, do let me know. We can connect later. Anyone else with any other tips or any help required for their respective goals?
I need help.
Wants to say thank you to anyone?
I need help.
Yes, okay.
Me too.
So I would request Roli Devina to be my mentor for pronunciation as well as enunciation, and Rupinder also, and any other member who can volunteer to help me.
Okay, you got it. Yes, Shipriya, how can we help you?
So I just wanted to share my gratitude to distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh, who had given me feedback in my last writing, my previous article. So thank you so much for sharing your feedback.
Yeah, all I remember was being critical, but thank you. But thank you so very much. Let's now move on to the guests with the permission of the members. We will start with Jolly because you were the first to join, so you are the first person to give feedback.
Yeah, I think Rupinder, thank you for this. And I really found the professional speakers meeting very helpful and very exciting. The agenda was something that captivated my eyes, and so I wanted to join it. About the speeches and the power talk sessions that was there, and then again there was at the last minute a message from Devina about their surprise. So I just wanted to explore it. That made my made up my mind to join it, and I definitely would want to know about the membership of this club, because I feel that this is something that where I will be benefited now so far. So maybe someone can just message me who can provide some insights on this part.
Sure, Jolly.
So that would be helpful.
Our VP membership is Anusek. However, you can
Okay.
also reach out to any one of us in professional speakers. We'll be more than happy to help. Moving on to Sudhir. I'm sorry, I'm talking in the way, I'm taking you in the way you're appearing on the screen. So
Perfect. That's perfect. I just want to thank you and congratulate Professional Speakers Club for their 100th meeting, first of all. And I just must say, this club has a really very deep talents, and people that I can see on the screen is amazing. It's just lovely to have so many good speakers and talented people out there. It's just lovely to hear everyone. And yes, martial hierarchy was something that really excited the moment it flashed. I just wish there was some more time to team mode. We could have elaborated a little bit more on that part. I would have loved that. But I understood this was a totally jam packed, and but it was a wonderful meeting. I just loved it and enjoyed that.
thank you,
Thank you.
Sudhir.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you will notice, there is a pattern here in professional speakers. We try to give the speakers as much time as possible, which is why we have a total of 4 speeches, where one speech is almost 20 minutes long, the other is 10 minutes long, and the other 2 are regular Toastmaster speeches. So somewhere I think we have to cut corners. So why not do it with the Toastmaster of the day? So thank you, but for your feedback, well taken. Veera, can we hear from you?
Yeah, yeah, Rupendra Singh. This is my first class in Toastmaster. Uh, um, just I was watching how went the Toastmaster, the professional Toastmaster. So I just about I had a few. Sorry, I'm struggling to speak to communicate English. I'm very keen to improve my skill. That's why I'm joined this group as a guest. One of the friend gave the link. So I'm I'm uh, I wish to join a group to improve my speaking skill.
Thank you, Veera. You are most welcome to join our guest group. Mukesh will share the URL with you. I will also recommend that TCS Maitri Gurgaon is a very good Toastmasters club. Do join it.
Yes,
I was a very proud area director, and Mukesh was a very proud division director there at one time. So do join that club. Let's hear it from. Yeah. Go ahead.
I joined the TCS Maitri group, but they conduct the Toastmaster meeting on Saturday.
Oh, and
But but I was unable to attend the Saturday class because due to to commercial to COVID-19 leaves, my project is working day on Saturday for next 2 months. So that's why I moved to the Sunday class.
Well, you're most welcome to professional speakers. Moving on to Lakshmi. Hi, Lakshmi. Can you hear us? Hello, Lakshmi. You're there? No, she's not there.
Hi, I doubt
Uh,
that, Rupinder.
That's
Mother.
our mom.
I'm pretty sure she's very proud of you. So, going to her daughter, Shakti Priya.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr.
Yes,
Pinder.
proud mother. Yes, proud mother.
Yeah, actually, I'm proud of two DTMs and as well as, it's a great thing which I've been seeing, like your virtual things, prior to that I've seen the thing you guys are maintaining the same spirit, and I could see age is just a number. I congratulate you all, with the same spirit you are continuing, and they're really happy. I'm really happy to, see those progress and all, and God bless you all, please.
Well, ma'am, I challenge you to be a distinguished Toastmaster. You've got two in the family. Moving on
Yes.
to the latest DTM in your family, Shakti Priya Gauri.
It's hard to follow my mom's act, but yes, the meeting was extremely amazing. I had heard about professional speakers thanks to both Rupinder and Shiva all this time, but the way the meeting carried out, especially it was very professional, as in the name, and B, one takeaway for me is the reports. I guess it's easier with a group which is well tech savvy, I guess, that all the reports are digitalized and it's easy to just store it in the database for later reference or whatever. The secretary can just take it. So I guess that's my biggest takeaway, the reports and the way that you conduct the meeting, the way that you have time segments for everyone. That's just amazing. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to attend this meeting and speak at your meeting. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so very much. And I look forward to an even more exciting meeting next week. And just to give you an idea, our next Power Talk speaker is distinguished Toastmaster and past international director, Nagaraj Rao. And I'm pretty sure it is going to be a cracker of a speech, and it is going to be a cracker of a meeting. And I look forward to your support. And thank you all for being such sports today. And as Mukesh used to say, and I'm carrying forward the tradition, please unmute your mics, everyone, especially the members of professional speakers. Our next meeting starts now. And I will say yesterday, because I always like to throw a spanner in the works. Thank you so very much. I will see you all next week, same time, same place, same Zoom meeting. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good evening.